On to race number 2 then, and the second on the programme. We go up in class here, Class 4 contest for the second. 1,200 metres the trip though once more. Headed by Master Abbott. He's won 2 of his last 3 starts. Gets barrier 12 though. Didn't get any luck last time out. Speedy Luck, barrier 3, likes to roll forward. Starlight is a 7-time course and distance winner. Antoine Hamelin from barrier number 4. Precious Sweetie's won here twice as well over the 1,200. That was last season. For fun's sake, gets from the 1,000 up to the 1,200. Happy Tango behind Voyage Star last time out. That was 4th here. Sorry, at Shah Tin. Blade Racer had speed off the inside gate. Oversubscribed, rolled forward last time as well. He's got barrier 9. Happy winner, close to a class drop, but he's 0 from 6 in his career to date. Michael Chang and Jack Wong combine. And now, as far as the horses on the road are concerned, Speedy Luck and Jintoki have been up to Chung Far and back in the last month, Mark.
And he features in the head part of the speed map too, Jintoki. Andrew, on a good pace perhaps. He's first up on a solid profile pace and is likely to sit outside of Blade Racer. Speedy Luck can take the position immediately behind the leader. Hero Time resuming from a break. Precious Sweetie can follow the leading group through, and unfortunately for followers of oversubscribed from that draw, it looks a little unlucky as far as getting in for him.
Looking at Speedy Luck here, you can look at Kingsman at the back there because he's also racing in this meeting. But Speedy Luck, he looks good. He's moves nicely, and he looks like he's going to get a really good, nice run on that speed map. So a nice piece from him. Precious Sweetie comes back to his favourite course, and he looks keen. This horse is going really well at the moment. I thought was a really nice piece of work from him. Blake Shin rode him last time, and he'll take them out once again. He does stick with him. Another one we're going to have a look at here is Happy Tango. I thought his best run was his 4th at his last start. He's trained Happy Tango by Douglas White. Chad Schofield will take them out.
All right, and we'll have a look at Happy Tango, that run in a moment or so as well. Let's start off though with Precious Sweetie. He'll be ridden by Blake Shin.
Blake, Precious Sweetie was sent off at a big price last time out. You rode him. Did he exceed your expectations?
No, he didn't. I thought he would run well. If you look through his form, he's a pretty capable horse on his day. In that grade, Class 4, and he was off the back of a freshen up. I thought he had worked well leading into that race down the back straight at Shah Tin, and I thought if he could reproduce anywhere near his best, he'd be a good chance, and he showed me that he wasn't far off the mark there.
Was he a little unlucky? He got held up between the 400 and 300?
He was unlucky, yes. Mr. Ho instructed me to, look, he'll jump good, but ride the horse quietly. And when he jumped so well, instead of taking advantage of that jump, instead of allowing him to keep going forward like I naturally would, I restrained him to ride him to instructions. Probably got a pair further back, and then ultimately I had to get held up trying to find clear running. So yes, he was unlucky. That might have been the difference between winning or losing. Hopefully we can atone tomorrow night.
Well, because he does get to Happy Valley tomorrow night, where he's had both of his wins, and over a distance that he's had both of his wins at too.
For sure, his stats are very good at Happy Valley, especially over 1,200. It's where he runs his best races. So I'm optimistic he'll run very well. We've drawn a touch awkward there in barrier 8, but there appears good speed with Blade Racer at Jintoki. Maybe Oversubscribe will go forward again. So hopefully that'll allow me into a nice position midfield and just trying to navigate a path through to utilise his great sprint that he's got.
All right, Blake Shin seems pretty confident there. His wins have come off a mark of 43 and 51. He's still on a mark of 55 here, but a bit of confidence surrounding Precious Sweetie. Let's have a look at Happy Tango and Speedy Luck. Now, Paul, you were saying this was his best run so far, Happy Tango.
I think it is, yeah, Happy Tango. He hit the line really nicely, and I really like Speedy Luck's run as well here. He just ran 5th. He comes back to Happy Valley, which he's only had a couple of starts here before. Did run 4th off a rating of 62 before, so look, it was not a bad run from both these two horses. You can see Happy Tango hit the line nicely. Now, there was a little bit of rain around this day, so I don't know if they were flattered by that, but you don't get a rock-hard track at Happy Valley anyway.
Speedy Luck too was only having his first run back from a bleed, so he'll be fitter for that performance. He just faded in the last 40 or 50 metres, but that hit at Andrew should have done him the world of good.
Certainly should. I'd love to see him with a soft lead over the 16.50 Speedy Luck. Oversubscribed, painful for me, was my best bet this night, but run down by Sky Treasure, a big price.
He hasn't got the best of luck as far as the barrier draws go on Wednesday night. He was there for a long way. There's Sky Treasure on the outside, and the runner in the blue cap starting to work out. he looks like he's holding Sky Treasure at the 100-metre mark, and then all of a sudden, Paul, the run just comes to an end, and he just has to settle for third.
Hero Time. So this is Richard Gibson and Zach Purton once more.
Yeah, I mean, they're teaming up in the first. I'll be here in the second as well. Look, this horse bled at his last start, so we haven't seen him out at the races for a little while. Barrier number 7, you can see he trialled okay here. He wasn't really pushed in the trial. Barrier 7, a little bit awkward. Look, I've left him out. I just want to wait and see, Mark.
I got him in for 4th, Paul, and this was the second of his 2 trials, and just the way he kicked back on the line at that second horse made me think perhaps he might nearly be ready to go a pretty good race first up, and he was niggled at from about getting the 50-metre mark, but just right on the line when he kicked back and came again at that second horse was quite impressive.
Yeah, I've included him as well, Hero Time. But a horse we haven't touched on yet, Starlight, is our current favourite here. Paul, what do you like?
Yeah, I've got him in there, but look, I'm going to go with Precious Sweetie. I thought it was a really good run down the straight, 1,000 last time, and coming to his favourite course, a Happy Valley, where he has won twice over the distance. He's still at a reasonable rating, and he's drawn barrier 8, but I don't think this is a strong race. He can run well. Speedy Luck, we'll see him improve again. Starlight, as you touched on, Andrew, look, a 7-time winner. He's hard to leave out. He's a really well-rated horse and oversubscribed in for 4th. So I went 4, 2, 3 and 11, Mark.
Paul, on the back of Refined Treasure at about 160 to 1. Outsider, Happy Winner, right down the bottom of the book. 2 starts ago has an 11 next to his name. He just ran into backsides everywhere up the straight. Never got a crack at them. Didn't mind what I saw from him on the all-weather when 7th behind Thou Shall Sing, beaten 4.5. He was running on. He's currently at 96 and 7.8. He'll do each way all day in a pretty open race. Starlight goes in for second with that form around this as Class 3 runs ago. Oversubscribed, you know what you'll get from him. It'll be a polished performance. You'll be there for a long way. And Hero Time, just that kick he showed right near the line in the trial. 12 at the massive value to beat 3, 11 and 5.
You'll be on your own there with Happy Winner. Didn't find him, but 3 and 11 crop up throughout our numbers there in race number 2. All right, race number 3 is next for us, the longest race of the night as well. 2,200 metres, Class 3 for the third.